What is your name?
Eddie Quiles.
And where are you from, Eddie?
I was born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut,
What part of Bridgeport?
East Side. So I grew up on William Street.
No shoot.
hmm
What high school did you attend?
I started off going to Central High School, and then moved to Stratford. Ended up graduating from Stratford High School.
Why Gear Up?
Um, why Gear Up? Why I work at Gear Up?
Yeah.
Or Gear Up. Well, I started off at Gear Up 7 years ago. Um, and I've my work history has always been in youth development. So I saw a great opportunity to work with young people and help them achieve their dream to get into college. So I think that's what Gear Up does: builds relationships to help students get into college.
Were you ever that student that struggled with college?
Yeah, I guess so. Early on, I didn't know what I wanted to do after high school, so that was a challenge and a struggle. So, I ended up playing football at college, then getting hurt and coming back home and not knowing what to do. So I had to regroup. Ended up going to Houstonic, then going to get my bachelor's at UB, getting my master's in education at UB as well. So definitely it was a challenge.
What is your role in Gear Up?
Right now, I am the program manager, so I oversee all aspects of program and oversee the staff that execute program services. I also work with administrators and school counselors to help meet the needs of the schools and the students.
Did you see yourself doing this when you were in high school?
Um, Not necessarily. I think when I was in high school, I wanted to do something um, with sports, whether that was sports medicine or coaching or being an athletic director at a college, things like that. Um, but I'm glad where I'm at.
So if you could turn back now and despite the injury, where would you see yourself at?
If I can turn back, I think if I can go back in time, I would just take advantage of opportunities um, that I didn't take advantage of. So if that was the case, maybe I would have gone away for school at another state and continued with college despite my injury and let the dream of playing football go. And who knows, maybe I would have been teaching at another state or something like that.
What about Gear Up makes you most proud?
What about Gear Up makes me most proud? Well, we just recently had a graduating class of 2014, and it's been amazing and exciting to see those students go through the college process. I'm still in touch with many of them. A lot of them do come back and speak to some of the students in your cohort. So I'm proud that we were able to help a number of students achieve that dream to go to college, but also to build a connection. I think that's what I'm most proud of, that I've been able to build relationships and connections with young people.
What is most difficult about Gear Up?
What is most difficult about Gear Up? Well, I think the difficult part is the transitions that take place in the school system with our staff from year to year, because our advisors are part-time. Some of them do find full-time jobs, and we have to hire new people to build new relationships with young people. So I think the transitions in the district and within our program, I would say, are the most challenging aspects of it.
What are your dreams for Gear Up?
What are my dreams for Gear Up? Well, Gear Up overall, I hope it continues to get funded. Um, there's a lot of talk about budget cuts to TRIO programs like Gear Up. So I hope that funding still becomes available. I hope that, Connecticut and more importantly Bridgeport is able to continue to have Gear Up programs as people apply for them. Um, so I guess the dream is that it stays around. for more students that are coming up.
Do you ever look at a kid and be reminded of yourself when you were their age?
Oh yeah, lots of times. I think one of the things in my position is that I'm able to share my experience with young people so that hopefully they don't make the same mistakes. A lot of times they have to go through that process in their own way and learn. But yeah, I definitely come across a lot of students that I see, maybe dealing with the same circumstances or situations.
What is the number one thing you'd want these kids to get out of Gear Up?
Number one thing that, yep, with hard work, anything's possible. And I think one of the biggest things is that don't sell yourself short. If you have a dream and you take steps to achieving goals to get to that dream, that anything's possible. Um, so dream big.
If financially possible, how would you change Gear Up?
Um, if we had an abundance of money, I would offer it to multiple cohorts. So right now, Gear Up only works with a set of students that start off at seventh grade, and then we follow them for 7 years until they graduate. But in that process, we skip grades, right? So if we had an abundance of money, we wouldn't skip grades. We would continue with every grade level in the Bridgeport School District.
Do you feel Gear Up impacts lives?
I think so. I think just from the very fact that the people that work here are passionate, and we've built relationships that have lasted. Like I said, the class of 2014, they're connected with a lot of our staff members and still call us, for advice and support. So I think in that sense, we've impacted a lot of students' lives.
In the past 7 years, about how many kids do you think you worked with?
Oh wow. So in Gear Up alone, we've worked with over 3,000 students in the past 7 years. The class of 2014 had about 1,600 students, and your class of 2017, we've worked with about 1,400 students.
Do you ever feel people aren't taking full advantage of Gear Up?
Sometimes, I mean, there are folks like yourselves that participate in everything that we offer, um, and then there are other young people that maybe just don't, for different reasons, they just don't take advantage of certain programs, um, or come down to just see what's offered, through the program.
Is Gear Up your only job?
No. I have my own real estate company that I run, and I also work for a group home. So I work and I go to shelters where young men live, and I provide support to them.
What's next for Gear Up?
Well, this is it for the class of 2017. So this grant is ending once you guys graduate. But right now we're in the process of hopefully applying and getting a new grant, um, which would mean it would be for the class of 2023 if we get that grant.
Final question. What would you like to say to the graduating class of 2017?
What would I like to say to the class of 2017? You're about to enter a new chapter in your life. Um, so one of the things I would say is that there's going to be challenges that come up, and there's going to be successes. Don't get too high and don't get too low as those come about. Stay composed, stay on track with your dream, um, and make connections. Be able to connect with people so you build your network, um, and you're able to find resources and be more successful when you're surrounded by successful people as well. So good luck, class of 2017.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.